members of the ANC, led by Mxolisi Dukwana, plan to march to the Bloemfontein Regional Court today. They intend to gather outside court ahead of that appearance by businessman Edwin Sodi and others in the high-profile asbestos corruption case. Newzroom Afrika's Tumali Mohladi is outside the ANC offices in Bloemfontein. He joins us now live. Tumali, it's very interesting to see this plan by Mxolisi Dukwana, given his testimony at the state capture inquiry, his implicating of Ace Magashule in widespread wrongdoing in that province, and this warrant of arrest for the Secretary-General himself. Just situate us now in where we are in the story, in the saga, I should say.
Absolutely. Very good morning to you, Michelle. Where we are at the saga is that what happened last night is that Mxolisi Dukwana and others, those who held the press conference, effectively held a night vigil. And that night vigil was held here in Mangaung, and it was a very symbolic place where they held it. They held it at the location where the African National Congress was founded, and they said that the symbolism behind that was for them to basically say that they are staging a fight back to restore the ANC to its founding principles. Now we are standing outside the ANC's provincial office. What the ANC provincially had said is that Dukwana and others who held that press conference did so under their own accord. The provincial ANC says that it did not hold that press conference to high regard, in the sense that Dukwana and others did not speak on behalf of the provincial ANC, and that the provincial ANC feels that they went out on their own accord making those statements. Of course, Dukwana and them also were saying that they welcomed the breaking news of the warrant of arrest being issued for Ace Magashule, the General Secretary of the party. So now, as it stands, we are waiting to get some reaction from the provincial ANC as it stands. Now, off camera right now, I am going to be joined by a Free State spokesperson of the provincial ANC, that's Mr. Thabo Meeko. Mr. Meeko, thank you very much for speaking to us on Newzroom Afrika. Your reaction firstly as the provincial ANC to Mr. Dukwana and others, the press conference that they held.
No, good morning, Newzroom Afrika. Well, first let's make a point that on the matters of the arrest of the SG and him appearing in court on Friday, were guided by Litule House in terms of guidance. Except that as a province, the SG will be appearing in court on Friday. Structures of the ANC in the province will be receiving the SG. Equally as a leader of the African National Congress. Remember, Comrade Ace Magashule is the Secretary-General of the ANC in the entire country. He's not the Secretary-General of the First State, except that he comes from here. So that is our approach and torture. Look, there will always be members of the ANC who are unhappy about this or that issue. ANC democratic outcomes during conferences, deployment issues or challenges if you want, a number of resolutions. There are always people who are not happy about it. The strength of the movement is that these matters are engaged internally. And that's how we view that. These are individuals who have got views, who have got different positions, sometimes to the structure of the ANC. So these are just individuals, and they're not even representing structures of the ANC in the province. There's a provincial executive committee, the regional executive committee, the branch executive committee, and the entirety and the broader membership of the African National Congress, who are behind the entire leadership of the ANC National, the NEC and the PEC. And it is almost inherent as our task that as members of the ANC, when we think and believe that the leadership is under attack of the ANC, we will rise to defend the ANC. And the reason is basic, that we are pursuing a program to transform South Africa, our country, and we know that that program will also be contested by people, of course, who do not want change, want to maintain the status quo and all of that. So basically that's what we're doing. as the ANC in the Free State.
All right. So, Mr. Meeko, are you effectively distancing yourself from the statements that were released yesterday in terms of those members who feel that this matter is now coming to the fore and is being welcomed by the rank and file? There seems to be some divisions between what you're saying and what they're saying.
The Provincial Executive Committee and the entire structures of the movement in the province are part and parcel of the entire movement who have committed to fight corruption. It is our resolution, it is a resolution of the ANC, and the leadership in the province subscribe to that particular struggle. Of course, if individual members of the ANC want to rise to say, look, we're supporting this program, we're anti-corrupt, there's nothing wrong with that. But our problem is, one, people want to be opportunistic, use that to fight their political battles in the structures of the ANC and give an impression of a divided African nation. The definition of a united or divided ANC is in relation to the structures of the movement, is in relation to a program of the organization and the implementation of that particular program. Of course, we become worried when one or two individuals are not happy. And that's why we've unleashed a political program to engage these individuals who are not happy about this or that, so that ultimately everybody is able to be part of decision making of the ANC, to be part of implementations of the resolution of the ANC. So yes, they were not representing structures of the ANC, they are individuals, we have seen them, and our program to engage them will unfold. But the hatred of the Secretary-General on the basis of historical battles, we're going to have an issue with that. And that's just one issue which we can't be sympathetic about. It's unfortunate.
All right. Mr. Meeko, thank you very much. We'll have to leave it there for now. That was Thabo Meeko, who's the provincial spokesperson for the ANC here in the Free State province, just setting the record straight in terms of the party's view of Mxolisi Dukwana and others' press conference, which was held yesterday, saying basically that members should not go outside the party structures whenever they have issues to address, and that's basically the call there, saying that members have the right, of course, to express themselves, but that the ANC is seeking to build unity and wants to handle matters internally. That's the line from the party here in the province. With that, it's back to you in the studio.
All right, thanks very much for that, Tumali Mohladi, live to us there outside the ANC's offices in Bloemfontein.